there's a whole story time on this. I'm pretty sure they have found my phone number. They have said they were outside of my home at one point. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a lovely I didn't check to see if there's steak in my teeth. So today I thought we would just sit down and kind of catch up together, you and me. It's been a while since we've done that. You guys have submitted some questions over on Instagram, so I'm going to be answering as many as I can. So we're just going to be chit-chatting here together as I put some makeup on my face. I might be trying to do some like not wedding makeup yet, but just maybe different techniques or something that I might use for my wedding, because I am considering doing my own wedding makeup. Is that a terrible idea? Probably, yeah. Yeah. I'm not a makeup artist at all whatsoever, and I get very nervous. Lots of anxiety, so much of it, so I can see myself my wedding day like trying to put on mascara, like shaking and just having black all over my eyes. So yeah, we are gonna go ahead and get on into this, but before we do anything, I start answering questions, putting on makeup, I do want to address something that happened in my last video. I very unfortunately used a word that at the time I had no idea. Please believe me when I tell you I had absolutely no idea. It was offensive, it was used as a slur. Truly and honestly, I was not made aware of that until I started seeing comments on that video, and I just want to say thank you to every single person who very kindly told me that that was an offensive term and something that I should not use. I now know, and I will never use that term again. I've gone back in and clipped out that section where the term was used. YouTube is currently processing that, so that should be taken out of the video within the next couple of hours. I just want to sincerely apologize for using that term. I was uneducated about it. Now that I have been educated about it, I will never use that term again. Alright, I got you guys zoomed in a tiny touch. I have my mirror, the clean side facing you guys and the disgusting side facing me. I really gotta stop wiping excess product on this mirror. It looks awful. So the only thing on my face currently is my skincare, so I'm just gonna go straight in with like foundation and things like that. I have been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear again, but just like under my eyes, so I don't have to set them with a ton of powder because it kind of like sets itself. Let me go ahead and pull up the questions here. At first, when I posted this on Instagram, I left it up there for like an hour maybe, and it said that nobody had responded or like interacted with my post and that no one had asked me a question, and I was like, oh, well, that's okay. That's fine. You know, just like subtly wiping tears away, like, oh, it's okay. You guys actually have asked a ton of questions. They just didn't show up where they were supposed to, so I'm gonna go through these as fast as I can. The first question I see here is update on how the store is going and how is your mom? So the store is going well. We've been doing fairly well at apparitions. We're now open Wednesday through Saturday, which is nice. My fiance has been running the store and he's been doing a wonderful job. I'm so happy he's there. We are also working on our second store, which is right next door to our first store, and things are coming along, so eventually we'll get that open, hopefully. My mom is also doing fantastic. She is visiting her twin sister in Cincinnati, my Aunt Mar, and I'm sure they're having a wonderful time. When those two get together, they're something. They're trouble. Why did I lock my phone? Why was that a thing I would do? You want more pets slash dogs? I do. I really do. I would love to have like a farm, just a farmland of dogs and like goats. I don't know if you can have squirrels on a farm, like pet squirrels, outdoors pet squirrels, but that would be something I would be interested in. Pretty sure you can't put penguins on a farm, but if I could, I would. Are you gonna do more longer unboxings of random boxes? I love when you do like hour-long videos. I definitely can. I got the boxes for it. Oh boy, do I have the boxes there. You know, like when you're a kid and you make like a box for it out of like one large refrigerator box? Well, I feel like I'm starting to live in a box for it, just made out of like, instead of bricks, it's just subscription boxes. When will your candles be available online? That is something that I really would love to do. I would love to get like all of our stuff online, so like all of our vintage clothes and albums and like little doodads that sit around and our handmade stuff. So hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I would love it to coincide with like the opening of our new store. Where will you honeymoon? We have officially booked our Airbnb in Scotland, in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm so excited. So excited. I fell in... Why did I almost licked it off? Don't do that. It's not frosting that you accidentally got on your finger while you're cutting a cake. It's foundation. I absolutely fell in love with Edinburgh the last time I was there, and like it's the only place I want to go. It's magical, it's beautiful. I feel like I belong there for some reason. We don't have our flights yet. We don't have our plane tickets booked, but we do have the Airbnb booked, and you guys, this Airbnb has a little like bookcase thing, and when you open it up, it is a secret door to the master bedroom. Sold. Sold. We weren't sure where exactly, like which one we wanted to stay in, and then when we saw that little secret door, I was like, oh, well, obviously we have to stay here. We have another question here about wedding planning. I would like to do like a whole video on wedding planning eventually. That's something that I really wanted to do quite some time ago, and then Procrastination. It's been pretty bad. The procrastination has been pretty bad. We do have a lot of stuff done, actually, honestly, and maybe that's one of the reasons I haven't really made a wedding planning video, is because technically we do have a lot of stuff done. I don't know what that was. This is not my color right now. But I guess I could make a video just kind of like showing you guys everything that we have like picked out and that kind of thing. I still would like to make a dress video. Unfortunately, when I was trying on my dresses and stuff, I wasn't really concerned with getting footage and things because, you know, that's not what you're really thinking about on that day. So people just like kind of took pictures and things like that, and I was so concentrated on like picking dresses, like thinking about the dress in my head. I look angry. I look so upset to be in the situation that I'm in almost every single picture where I'm trying wedding dresses on, and I wasn't angry, I was just like concentrating, but apparently my concentrating face is like so that's one of the only reasons I really haven't made like a wedding dress video, is because I don't really have like much footage that's usable of me actually picking out my wedding dress. Would you rather have someone pay 100% for your wedding or one of your subscription boxes? Honestly, I don't know which one's more expensive. That's funny though. I kind of feel like I would prefer somebody to pay for all my subscription boxes for a year, because like sometimes they're real bad and I'm like, dang, I wish I hadn't wasted my money on that. But so far for my wedding, like I've been perfectly okay with like paying for all that stuff. You guys know how I said I was gonna maybe try out some techniques to potentially do for my wedding makeup? What techniques was I gonna try out? I didn't look anything up. There's nothing I was like really wanting to test. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna try to do like a glowy type face makeup that's a little bit like full coverage and stuff, just to see if it's something that I could do for my wedding. But right now, currently, I'm just putting on my regular makeup, so nothing's really different. Even though it is going to be more of like a wintertime wedding, I feel my best when I'm kind of like a little bit more tan and glowy. I just feel like more alive. So I think I'm gonna go for like a more glowy kind of dewy look for my wedding. I don't really know fully how to achieve that besides just like highlighter. If you guys have any If you guys have any am I malfunctioning? Tricks or tips for like a nice glowy look that is still kind of like full coverage, a little bit more like elevated, please let me know down below in the comments so I can hopefully do my own makeup for my wedding, because it's coming up and I still don't have a makeup artist. A lot of them are already booked, so I might have no choice but to do my own makeup. Alright, so this question is thoughts on All True, and yes, All True is technically back, and I think I'm probably gonna do like an entire kind of investigative video about it, which I actually really enjoy doing those, so I probably should have done that a while ago, but I haven't yet. I still am going to be like gathering my thoughts and things, different like research, talking to different people, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know down below. Question is, do you use the makeup you get in subscription boxes? And yes, I do. I don't use all of it, of course, because there's way too much, so I'll either, you know, give it away to friends and family, I'll donate it, some of it I could sell, but this is from a subscription box and I'm using it and I really like it. This person asked, do you ever get any mean or hurtful comments? And you know what? Sometimes I do. You know, sometimes it's the internet. You just kind of gotta like be prepared for that. I can't say that they don't get to me if I do get them. I could have like 1,000 nice comments and then there's that one just like really hurtful one that just kind of sticks out. But you guys are honestly awesome, so sweet, so kind, so nice. So I really don't get that many mean or hurtful comments. What I have been, part of me wants to tell this story so bad, and then part of me is like, I don't know if this will antagonize the situation, but for like the past couple years now, I mean, since I've lived at my parents' house, I've been getting some very strange comments from a particular person. There's a whole story time on this. I'm pretty sure they have found my phone number. They have said they were outside of my home at one point. Thought they went away for a little bit, but recently they have come back, and they're very intense comments, quite intense comments that, you know, while I do get comments that are kind of like mean and hurtful, that kind of thing, these are the comments that really stick out to me. I actually have a whole folder, yep, an entire folder on my computer of screenshots of these comments, you know, just in case. And I don't want to make light of that. I don't want to make a joke out of that. Like I've literally like just in case, because sometimes I do also delete them, but I want to make sure that, you know, I have like record of all of these very strange comments that I've been getting for years now. One day, maybe if that situation just kind of like disappears and I don't hear from them for a very long time, then I'll get into it a little bit more, but it's very spooky and I don't like it. Oh, are we getting more advent calendar content this year? Yes, of course. I have to. It's like one of my favorite things now. I literally look forward to it. I'll read articles and stuff like year round about like potential advent calendars coming out. So no, I'm very much looking forward to advent calendar content. I'm going to do my best to make sure it is posted, you know, in good time frames because I'm getting married November 12th. We're leaving to go to Edinburgh for a couple weeks, like November 20th, and then we are staying till December 5th, but I still would like to do like 25 days of advent calendars, that kind of thing. So I'll figure out how to get that posted and stuff like while we're gone, and wedding stuff and all that kind of thing. So, but yes, we are doing advent calendars. I'm very excited. I forgot how to make up. I have a question about my favorite MCR era, and I have to say it's Three Cheers. It's Three Cheers. That's like when my love began, and I love everything about Three Cheers. I like Black Parade too. I really do. Love Gerard's like short little spiky white hair. Thought that was pretty fun. But Three Cheers is still my favorite, and you guys, I'm so excited. I am going to Vegas for my bachelorette party. We're actually doing, it's not technically a combined bachelor party, like we're all going, but we're just going to be doing our separate things. However, my fiance very, very kindly bought me tickets to the MCR show in Vegas. So while I'm there for my bachelorette party, we're gonna go see MCR, and I'm so excited. I have seen them one time before at a Honda Civic tour. They didn't get to play a very long set because it was multiple bands, and also there was a girl next to me, and bless her heart, she was just excited. She was so excited, and me too, but she was screaming so loud in my ear every single word, every single song, which, don't get me wrong, I was singing along too, but I actually couldn't really hear them. It was so loud, so it made me a little bit sad, but I'm so excited to be able to get to see them in Vegas. I think it's gonna be a great time. I can't do my eyebrows. I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna have to get a makeup artist. I'm gonna have to get a makeup artist. What is that? The camera just randomly stopped recording. I'm really afraid that it just deleted that entire first 30 minutes of footage. That would be bad. Alright, let's get some other questions going on here. Do you have any ghost experiences in your house like you did in your parents' house? And not nearly as many. Like, not really any at all. My parents' house was built in like the 1930s, and it just has a much longer history. My dad actually built this house for my grandma like 22-ish years ago or something, so there's not as much of a history here. However, I will say that Rin, especially when he first started staying here like kind of full time, he would be in the TV room, and he is very mellow. So mellow, he doesn't bark, he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of hangs out. He's a fantastic dog. But we would be sitting in the TV room, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he would hop up and just like run to the hallway, stand in the hallway, and just bark at something. There's no windows in the hallway. You can't see the outside from any direction. Like, there's no reflections or anything. And he would just and stand there and stare at whatever this was. He would also like come and stand in front of me. So I'd be in the bathroom with the door open to the hallway, and he would come stand in front of me and like bark, like kind of like he was almost protecting me a little bit. And then recently Tater did kind of the same thing. Now Tater's a little bit of a different story. He's not necessarily mellow. He likes to bark at his own reflection in the mirror. But he was in the kitchen, and from the kitchen, which is, you know, not a huge distance from the hallway, but a decent distance, he stopped what he was doing, which was playing with a toy, looked up into the hallway, and just started running towards the hallway, and stopped in the hallway and just started barking at something, something in the hallway again. So, I mean, that could just, they could be hearing anything, I'm sure. But as far as like weird experiences, that's about it here, which I'm okay with. I am perfectly fine with that. I mean, I like ghosty stuff and like ghost hunting and watching all those like shows and things, but I would prefer it to not be in my house, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool if I'm going to like Waverly Hills or something, which I've been to Waverly Hills, awesome experience, but I don't necessarily want it to like hang out with me in my home. Oh, okay, I did actually get a lot of questions about this on my engagement pictures. The black dress that I was wearing in those, I just got it from Amazon. It was pretty inexpensive. I think it was the $30-ish, $40-ish range. I can leave a link to that down below if you guys want to check it out. I did really like that dress. It was like kind of like high cut on the sides, which I was not anticipating when I purchased it, but I thought it was really cute. Most of these are definitely about wedding planning, so I'm just gonna do a whole separate video on that. That's what I'll do. I'll take you guys through everything. So I'll let you guys know about like the venue, the stuff we're planning on getting. I'll show you what like kind of our invitations look like. Probably won't tell you, well, because I do have, like I said, some scary comments on here. I might not show like the location or tell you guys exactly what the location's name is, just for safety purposes, just in case. But I'll show you guys some pictures of the venue and things, and then, you know, I'll show you just different things we have selected for it. Tell you all about like the cake and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll do that in an entire separate just like wedding video, and then I'll probably have another separate just like wedding dress video. My Instagram also is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. If you have sent me a DM in the past, I don't know, like 5 months or something, there's a very good chance I have not gotten it because like it just switches and things around. I don't see things. I'm trying to go through these questions here and they just keep getting like mushed around, so I can't really keep track of them. This next question is, how is your hair growth going? I regrew a bald spot with Vigor More serum in a few weeks. That is amazing. Congratulations. That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that for you. My hair, you know, it's a strange thing because some days I can be like really optimistic about how why am I not putting on makeup? Some days I can be super optimistic about how like my hair is going and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing a lot of regrowth here at the top. Things seem to be filling in. It's getting fuller. And then there are days like yesterday when I was in hysterics for most of the day and looking up wigs online and just crying because like I was trying to accept it that I'm just gonna end up shaving my head after the wedding and wearing a wig. Like it's a very up and down thing to deal with. Today I feel much better about my hair. The difference between the 2 days, nothing. There couldn't have been. I couldn't have grown a bunch of hair overnight. That's not how it works. I would say in general, I do feel a little bit better about my hair and I'm trying to keep up high spirits about it and stuff. But also I just have days where it's really hard, and I think anybody going through hair loss can tell you, like there are days where it's gonna be really hard. You know, you're trying to fix your hair and you can't help but just see large patches of your scalp. Yesterday I had my hair like pinned in these little things just because my bangs were driving me nuts, and the way that they are pinned, like I could just really see through the top of my hair, and it worried me. It really worried me. But yeah, it's a day by day kind of thing. I'm always up for trying some new stuff. I recently came across a new kind of supplement thing that is actually supposed to be helpful for PCOS and endometriosis. So it's supposed to help with like cysts and things like that. But another effect of it is that it can help hair if you have hormonal hair loss. So while I think mine is probably likely just androgenic alopecia, meaning it is hereditary, I do also suffer from those other things. So maybe some of it is hormonal. So I figure why not try to, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, take another supplement and see if it helps out with like what's going on in my tummy and also on my head. This question says, are you going to get an assistant? Not trying to sound mean, just wanted to ask. This one is, any updates on your 4K couch? I think I actually had a couple of questions about the super expensive couch, and you know, it's there. You sit on it. You can put your behind on it and sit down, you know. It's fine. I will say that the fabric started peeling up super soon after we started using it, so I have a little fabric shaver and I have to go in and like shave it off, which is actually an incredibly fun activity for me, so I'm not complaining that much. I shaved our entire mattress. Oh, this one is, what is your favorite trait about your hubby-to-be? And he's just so kind. He's so kind to me. He is very sweet and understanding, and I can be, like yesterday, like I said, I was in hysterics over my hair, and he was like trying to get me to dance and laugh, and he was being so sweet about it and understanding, and like he's just so very kind and funny and sweet, and that has to be like my favorite trait, just like his personality. He's just fun and sweet and goofy and just so kind and caring, and yeah, it's really great. Next question, would you ever do a subscription box curation collab? I mean, I would love to. I think that would be super fun, working with a subscription box, maybe being able to see a little bit more of like the ins and outs of it, the background behind it. I did actually do that one time, and it was it was an experience. It definitely was not the experience that they told me it was gonna be. I did actually kind of want to do a video on that. Like, it's been so many years ago now, and the subscription box doesn't even exist anymore, so I figure it's okay to do a video talking about it. Just kind of what happened with that, because I was very disappointed on how it turned out, and I've always just kind of wanted to tell you guys what happened with that, because it was a little bit shady, maybe, like how things ended up playing out with that, and I just kind of always wanted to do like a story time on it, so I might do a story time on that as well. Ooh, do you regret doing a YouTube at all? That's a very interesting question. I've never had a question like that before, and honestly, No, I don't. This is an amazing opportunity that I've been somehow given. I'm incredibly lucky to have this opportunity to use YouTube as a job, a creative outlet, to build like a community with people. Like, it's truly incredible, and I feel very lucky. There are some times where I feel kind of bad because I'm not focusing as much on like the store and things, and I really want to figure out a way where I can do both of them and put my whole heart into both of them and not feel guilty about neglecting either one. So that's one of the reasons that I want to move my office, my like filming space, into the basement of the store, which definitely was the plan and still is the plan. However, there might be like a little bit of like a mold, mildew situation, a little bit of like a water issue, a sump pump clogged up kind of thing. So it might take me a while to actually move down there, but I think being like physically at the store's location but being able to do YouTube is going to help me out tremendously, being able to like really put all of my attention and effort into both of them and not like neglect either. But no, I definitely do not regret doing YouTube at all whatsoever. Ooh, excited for the fall Halloween season. Yes, absolutely I am. I went to do my dress viewing, my wedding dress viewing the other day, and walked into Bath & Body Works, which I don't really frequent Bath & Body Works, it just happened to be right next door, and the guy was like, oh, we just put out our Halloween stuff if you're interested, and I was like, yes I am. Of course I am. I feel you got the vibe, didn't you, as soon as I walked in. So he took us over there, I picked up some fall scented candles, like little skeletons all over it, gave it a sniff, and like nearly cried. I was like, oh my god, I miss it so much. I am so tired of being hot and sweaty. I just took Tater outside to potty like before I started filming this, and I like instantaneously started sweating. That's not fun. Why does anyone think that's fun? And I know some people love it, they like soak it up, but I am just sweating it down, just dripping down my body in sweat. So yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to Halloween and fall. And of course, that's when I'm getting married and stuff, so that's exciting too, but there's the fall season, it's just, oh, chef's kiss. I love it so much. Alright, I think I just have a lip left and then I'm done. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you could see the makeup a little bit better and maybe you could help me out here with like wedding stuff. So this is kind of my general everyday makeup. I did pay like a little bit more attention to it to make it look a little bit nicer, to see if it's something that I could pull off for my wedding. Is my face too like orange and shiny? Probably, yeah. Is there too much dark stuff around my eyes for a wedding? Could be. So like this kind of makeup, I just don't really know how it would translate like in professional photography or like at a wedding. But like picture it. Okay, so my hair I think I'm gonna have in kind of like a low little like plop thing here on the back, and then I'm envisioning some like little, you know, these things dangling down, some dangly bits, and I have no idea what the hairstylist is going to do with these bangs. She can figure that out herself. I'm glad she is a professional because these things are very hard to style. Like, is this anywhere near wedding appropriate? Will this hold up throughout the day? I don't know. That's why I'm kind of considering getting like a professional makeup artist, because I want their expertise of like knowing what's going to look good in pictures and knowing what's like going to stay good throughout the day, because it might look all like nice and shiny now, but like am I gonna look like a grease ball by the end of it? Because weddings, like, it's not just the ceremony and stuff. I'm getting ready at like 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when I start getting ready. I'm not getting married till like 4:30, and then we have the reception after. It's like an all-day shindig that my makeup has to stay looking nice for. So I have no idea if like this is something even remotely close to what is appropriate for a wedding, but please let me know if your thoughts and opinions down below, and maybe I'll do another video of like actually trying to recreate like a wedding look, because this is basically just my everyday makeup, so maybe I should do something just a little bit more snazzy for my wedding. Alright you guys, I'm sorry if I missed your question. A lot of these, it was just so hard to like get them to pop up correctly, so sorry if I missed a really good question. I'll do more of these in the future, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so very much for asking questions. It means the world to me that you have any interest in me, my life, and me whatsoever. You guys are amazing and wonderful, and I'll love y'all. And just thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me, and I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!